Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm Subponicate Poster. We are headed to the Temple of Sacred Ashes to attempt to seal the breach. Whether or not we will be successful remains to be seen. Pick up some loot here. And I see enemies on my radar, so I go directly into stealth. Now that power there is flank attack. I really like that power. It will close gaps with an enemy pretty quickly, does good damage, and we will be getting an upgrade that puts us into stealth immediately after using it. So good for our rogue. Now the camera can get kind of shitty around rifts. You'll see me sometimes tilting it up and down quite a bit, and that's to see whether or not I can close the rift or disrupt the rift. Also, with the X button being mapped to multiple actions, a lot of times you will try and jump in combat to get out of the way of danger and instead trigger the rift, which gets you smashed across the face, or you'll go to trigger the rift and instead jump up and down like an asshole.
Sealed, as before. You are becoming quite proficient at this.
Let's hope it works on the big one.
Lady Cassandra, you managed to close the rift. Well done.
Do not congratulate me, Commander. This is the prisoner's doing.
Is it? I hope they're right about you. We've lost a lot of people getting you here.
You're not the only one hoping that.
We'll see soon enough, won't we? The way to the temple should be clear. Liliana will try to meet you there.
Then we'd best move quickly. Give us time, Commander.
Make her watch over you, for all our sakes.
Colin makes a reappearance. He was in the first two games, and he's mellowed out quite a bit. He's less of an asshole. Although I don't know what they were doing with that outfit. He looks like a Krogan in drag.
The Temple of Sacred Ashes.
What's left of it?
That is where you walked out of the Fade, and our soldiers found you. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was.
Little inventory management.
Is a long way up.
You're here. Thank the Maker.
Liliana, have your men take up positions around the temple. This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
I'll try, but I don't know if I can reach that, much less close it.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
Now is the hour of our victory. Bring forth the sacrifice.
What are
That
we
sounds
hearing?
ominous.
At a guess, the person who created the breach.
Uh-oh.
know this stuff is red lyrium, Seeker.
I see it, Varric.
But what's it doing here?
Magic could have drawn on lyrium beneath the temple, corrupted it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
Red lyrium was a major plot point in Dragon Age 2.
Someone help me! That is Divine Justinia's voice.
What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but...
What's going on here?
Run when you can! Hold them!
We have an intruder. Slay the elf.
You were there! Who attacked? And the Divine, is she... Was this vision true? What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
Echoes of what happened here. The Fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons! Stand ready!
Okay, this is, for all intents and purposes, the end boss of the tutorial intro. It is pretty much putting to use all we've learned about disrupting rifts up to this point. The demon has guard on him, you might see, a full bar, and we're doing absolutely shit damage to him, 1 or 2 points per hit. So our job will be to run over, disrupt the rift, stun him, knock his guard off, and then run back and damage him. Also, after every time you damage him like this, you will get adds. Additional demons will spawn, and you'll be forced to deal with those in addition to the main guy. It's usually best to work on picking off the adds and letting your squad go after the main guy.
More coming through the rift!
And you see me get hit there. The other thing about disrupting a rift is unless a target is taunted or otherwise engaged with someone from your team, it will draw aggro from pretty much everyone and everything. So you have to be kind of careful about disrupting a rift, especially on higher difficulties. You can't just spam it over and over again, or you'll get hit a lot. And I don't use the lock-on too much. You'll see me missing, but that's because when you do lock on to a large target like that, it screws up the camera, and you're more likely to get a shot of demon crotch or something's kneecap along those lines. So I apologize if the camera is freaking out. It has to do with the lock-on, and being under a rift also messes it up. I came over here to see if I could pull some of those additional demons, but they just ignored me, so I disrupted the rift again. And he's down.
Do it!
You know, with those skinny little arms, I'm surprised I can lift a dagger, much less stab people with one.
Oh! I didn't know you were awake, I swear.
Why are you frightened? What happened?
That's wrong, isn't it? I said the wrong thing.
I don't think so.
I beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You are back in Haven, my lady. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand. It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
So you're saying they're happy with me?
I'm only saying what I heard. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
Alright, so this is our house in Haven, our base of operations for the first part of the game. You don't really do anything here other than have this cutscene. You can come back, but you can't sleep or anything. Oh, nice of that elf to drop us a little loot. And if you had a collector or a special edition of the game, this is where you pick up those pre-order armor and weapons. And a note about how we were passed out. Alright, so we're going to go look for Cassandra. Said she's in the Chantry. That should be too hard to find. What the fuck?
That's her. That's the Herald of Andraste. They said when she came out of the Fade, Andraste herself was watching over her.
Hush. We shouldn't disturb her.
Well, this is freaking me out a little bit.
That's her. She stopped the breach from
Act
getting any
casual.
bigger.
I heard she was supposed to close it entirely. Still, it's more than anyone else has done. Demons would have had us otherwise.
Chancellor Roderick says that the Chantry wants nothing to do with us.
That isn't Chancellor Roderick's decision, sister.
Yeah.
Have you gone completely mad? She should be taken to Val Royal
Do a little bit of
immediately,
eavesdropping.
to be tried by whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe she is guilty.
The elf failed, Seeker. The breach is still in the sky. For all you know, she intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
That is not for you to decide. Your duty is to serve the Chantry.
My duty is to serve the principles on which the Chantry was founded, Chancellor, as is yours.
Chain her! I want her prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that, and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
I did everything I could to close the breach. It almost killed me.
Yet you live. A convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
I'm an elf, for Christ's sakes.
You really think your Maker would send someone like me?
The Maker does as he wills. It is not for me to say.
Even if that means a Dalish elf is his chosen?
Humans are not the only people with an interest in the fate of the world.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
Me?
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way. We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new Divine, and then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you. As to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
Screw you, I don't want this job.
I refuse. You can go if you wish.
Oh, thank God.
You should know that while some believe you chosen, many still think you guilty. The Inquisition can only protect you if you are with us.
And there's always a catch.
It will not be easy if you stay. But you cannot pretend this has not changed you.
If you're truly trying to restore order,
that is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Oh, prairie shit. Everybody.